Hi everyone, this is Mingo Mariano, inviting all of you to visit and subscribe to my YouTube channel. There you'll find all of our podcasts, up-close episodes, and so much more. So come on, what are you waiting for? Subscribe today. It's the Mingo Mariano podcast show con lo más caliente, lo más reciente, coming to you from the home studio here in San Antonio, Texas. We're really excited because we're kind of getting back to normal, right? And in the studio, we've got none other than my dear friend.
Who? It's me.
It's Sonja De La Paz.
Hey.
You? And first of all, welcome to the show.
I am very happy to be here. Thank you.
You know, I've got to give a shout out to, I want to thank Shelly Lades, because had it not been for Shelly, I don't think we would have met in this life.
Yes.
Because we've known each other in a past life, I think, right?
The hazy days.
The hazy days. The hazy days of Corpus Christi, Texas. But welcome to the show. We're really excited to have you.
Thank you for having me.
And you look great by
Thank
the way.
you. Thank you.
But for those of people who are watching, I want to talk a little bit about your background and where you're from. You're from Corpus Christi, Texas, but you're not a new kid on the block.
No, I'm soy viejita.
Yeah? So tell us a little bit about Sonja De La Paz.
So I originally from Corpus Christi. I was born in Kingsville, Texas, and I have lived in Laredo for many, many years. That is where I currently reside. And just many cover bands, original bands, and not my original music, but finally doing my own original music with my husband by my side. Yeah. So this is what we're dabbling into right now, and we've got some miles on us.
And we're going to talk about that in a little bit.
Yes.
But for people who are watching in Corpus Christi, our hometown, y'all may remember a band back in the day called the Jolly Ranchers.
Yeah.
And for those of you who know the Jolly Ranchers, Sonja was the lead singer back in 9/11.
Many years ago. many less chins ago. And
it's been a while.
It has. It's been over 14 years for sure, that I know. And because we kind of stopped when I was pregnant with my daughter. Mm-hmm. So the bar scene in pregnant women is not very sought after.
So speaking of that and talking about the Jolly Ranchers and your musical background, there's a lot that we want to get to because after the transition from the Jolly Ranchers, you had some other projects that you worked on with Pete Astudillo, Joe Heda.
So we took a little break. I did anyway for motherhood. And after that, then we started, my husband and I, performing with Pete Astudillo. And we did a lot of like Selena Tribute events. We performed at Fiesta de la Flor. And, you know, Pete has known my husband for many, many years. He's helped him with several projects. So I crashed their practice one time and, of course, knew every Selena song. So I was invited to join them, which was amazing because I've been a huge Selena fan for all my life. And just being able to perform those hits that, you know, Pete was involved in writing and being able to perform them alongside him where Selena once stood, you know, is just, you know, humbling in itself.
Right.
But, we always try to perform with the utmost respect. And, you know, we know no one's ever going to take her place. And it was just an honor to be on stage with him and Joe and Ricky, everybody who was, you know, alongside her at some point. So that was a treat.
Talking about that particular one, what was your most memorable moment working with someone like Pete and Joe?
Pete's just a blast. He's super down to earth, and he's, you know, even though he's got all of those credits and hits under his belt, you see him in chanclas at H-E-B buying wine. Like it's just, you know, anybody sees him and he'll take a picture with you. And, you know, he's extremely down to earth. And, you know, that's one of the things that we love about him is, you know, none of it has ever gone to his head. He's just Pete. And I don't know, it's just, everything is a moment that I treasure, just being alongside him and being able to perform.
Absolutely. Fast forward to after when COVID hit, of course, you guys took a quick break and you got the ball rolling on some certain things, and a lot of things happened during that time.
Yes, very quickly. So we, of course, like with everybody with COVID, we were currently in a cover band, and then we just, of course, had to take a break. Everything shut down, and we were kind of like, well, what do we do now? So obviously we weren't looking to fill our wallets immediately, but it was like, well, what are we gonna do with our time? So we had a song that we had been working on for a little bit, and we never really finished it. So we have an in-home studio, so we just kind of went upstairs and said, okay, let's see what we got. And so we took the time and we finished it, and we just said, let's throw it out there, see what happens. So I just reached out to as many DJs, program directors, people that I knew, emailed it to them, and within a couple of weeks, we were number one on Tejano Gold, which was insane.
Yeah, give it up. Yeah, that's awesome. And the song called is Contigo.
It's Contigo, yes.
Contigo siempre estar. No existe nadie más.
So, and we shot everything. My husband is extremely talented. He did all the music, everything. And we were like, well, we got to put a video. So into the living room we go with an iPhone and just shot it ourselves.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, Sonja is pretty vocal on social media. And when I read that you shot Contigo with your iPhone, I was like, no, you didn't. But it actually came out really well.
Thank you.
Kudos to Diego. For doing all the hard work.
Yes.
Right? Yeah, that's for Diego. There you go. But one of them, a great song. It's definitely a cumbia pop.
Yes.
And we'll get to a little bit on that, talking about some of the accolades you received this year as well. But Contigo has done really well for you guys. And for those of you who are watching and listening, be sure to go and stream it on Spotify or all your favorite digital platforms, because there's some other music out there that you might like from Sonja De La Paz. A recent collaboration you did with Joe Ojeda, again from Selena y los Dinos, the amazing Selena y los Dinos. You did Se Acabó.
Yes.
That one was, tell us a little bit about the concept.
So that one's it's not as uppity, but that one is a little darker. It's a breakup song, but we reached out to Joe to get his accordion skills on this track, and he was a little nervous at first because accordion's not his forte, right. But we knew he had one, so he couldn't say he didn't. But so he's a neighbor of ours, and Joe is also super awesome, always willing to help. And we were lucky enough to grab him before he went off on his own little musical journey. So it was perfect timing, actually. We got him on the video, which was also shot with an iPhone. This one was outside of the house.
It was the second?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yeah.
You must have like the best iPhone that's on the market right now.
And that's what I love about Diego is, whatever he sets out to do, he will master it. Mm-hmm. Like whatever it is. And so like right now he's learning to play the bajo and the accordion, which he's never touched.
Yeah.
So just give him a few months. I'm sure he'll be somebody to compete with.
With iPhones, so that way get rid of these cameras so you can just do that.
Yeah, so he's extremely talented. I'm very blessed to have him and to have him by my side because his vision and his talent is really something. Like I could not have done any of this without him. So.
What did you see yourself in the situation? We're in 2021 right now, and of course, like I said, you're not new to the music scene, but did you think that you would reach this point of having your own original material out?
I always thought that I would accomplish this 10 years ago.
Okay.
So, life happens, things get in the way, and, before you know it, it's fast forward 10 years later, and you're still at your day job or, just doing laundry, and but it never leaves your heart, right. So it's always there. It's always present. And it's not to say that we've never tried. It's just, it just wasn't God's timing. So we always have to kind of trust the process, and you still work at it. And you can work at it for 50 years and it never happens, or somebody works at it for 30 minutes and they have a hit song. You know, it's just you don't know. So yeah, I mean, it's. I always saw myself doing this, you know, many years ago. I'm grateful that it's even happening at all.
Right.
So I'm just grateful for what I have.
But I think you hit the nail on the head when you said the timing part,
Yeah.
because it's meant to happen now.
Yeah.
And I think that with that,
And it's
particular
good. I
part-
feel like, you know, my kids are a little older. They're not in diapers. They're not, you know, they're a little more independent. So I feel like it is a good time because, you know, we don't have to worry too much about being behind them 24/7. So
Right.
they can stay with grandma. They, you know.
Oh, they can stay at home already. Yeah, my parents
No.
let me at home.
I'm not ready for that yet. But yeah, I mean, they're a little more independent, so
Yeah.
it's good.
Yeah, and speaking of another collaboration that you did, and we had the pleasure of being on set, was a collaboration with Shelly Lares,
Yes.
Monica Saldivar, Demi Garcia,
Yes.
and Sonja De La Paz. That those four women came together to create an amazing video called Nada de Ti, and in the studio as well. You know, we talked a few months. Has it been months? No, it's been a month. It's been
I think
couple
a
weeks.
month.
It's been a month.
Don't scare me.
We we talked
What's
about
today?
it. We talked about it, and I asked you, and I'm going to ask you again. What was it like when you got that phone call from Shelly Lares?
I mean, I can tell you, I was actually where I was in the Dollar Tree parking lot because I'm frugal like that. And yeah, I just got a message from her, and you know, it just said, "Hey, are you available to talk?" You know, whatever. And I was like, "Is this really Shelly Lares?"
Was it a
Like,
Facebook message?
It was a Facebook message.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was a Facebook message. And she was like, "Oh, like, here's my number. Call me when you have a chance, blah, blah, blah." So I was like, "Is this really Shelly Lares?" So I was like, let me go get what I got to get, and I'll call her on the way home. I didn't want to sound needy. No. So then, so I called her, and she was like, "Hey, what's up? I'm Shelly." And I don't know what. And like, it was almost instant, like we had been friends forever, you know? So she just said, "I'm working on a project. I'd love for you to be a part of it. I just heard your song on the radio." My mom was like, "You got to get this girl." And she's like, "I've been thinking about a project, and I was missing a final voice." She was like, "And until I heard your song, I was like, it snapped." She was like, "That's it. That's the voice I want." So, so she had already kind of, you know, worked this out in her head, and she was just missing the final voice. So yeah, I mean, absolutely. I was extremely humbled to hear from her. Even, you know, it was my first single, and really nobody, maybe they know the girl who played with Pete, but not Sonja De La Paz, you know? So as an artist, so it was really exciting to have her reach out to me, and I was very happy to do it. And I'm so glad I did, because I made amazing friendships out of it. So
Yeah, definitely. And for you guys who are watching, there's a behind the scenes video out there on YouTube, so go
Yes.
check it out, so you get to learn more about Sonja and the rest of the girls
Yes.
too. But it was a lot of fun that day, because from dawn till
It was-
dusk, you know, that's what it felt like.
Diego and I had to trade drivers, and it was a long night, and it was totally worth it just to see the final product. And that's what a lot of people don't realize, is how many hours and effort goes into something like that.
Yeah,
So
a lot. And a lot of people want to know what happened to the guy in the trunk.
that's none of your business.
To be continued.
I plead the fifth.
Part 2, right? Part 2. Hi everyone, this is Mingo Mariano, inviting all of you to visit and subscribe to my YouTube channel. There you'll find all of our podcasts, up-close episodes, and so much more. So come on, what are you waiting for? Subscribe today.